Good morning and good luck. And welcome back to Good Luck with Gino, episode 29. Guys, we got a special guest for you today.
Come on.
We got Symba in the building, a rising rap superstar.
Come on.
Friend of mine. We were just kind of talking about how we got started. And
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. So yeah, we met at
We met a
Record
long
Plant?
time. I don't even
Where
know.
was
We
it?
met before Record Plant, bro. I had a studio off of Magnolia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Magnolia, and I want to say, what street was that? Vineland? Magnolia and
I'm not
Vineland
gonna
or something
remember,
like
but
that in the
yeah.
valley. But Chelsea, I was working with Chelsea at the time, and she kept talking about this guy named Gino. Gino, you need to work with Gino. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy you keep talking about? Like, so one day he comes through, and I think this is in like 2017, 2016.
Maybe 18.
Yeah, like, so, I don't even think it was 18 because 18, I was on Columbia. And
You had just signed I think you had just signed a
but
Columbia.
we had linked before I was on Columbia.
Okay, so maybe it was Oh
Yeah.
yeah, because at Record Plant you were signed to Columbia.
Yep.
This was before then.
Yep. So we had linked before that. So before we even got the Record Plant, we was at my studio with my guy Tim and Ferg. Shout out to Ferg. We was over there off of Magnolia, and you had came through, and you came through with this color book, and you was like, pick a color. And I picked the color, and you was like, that's what we gonna write about today. And that was the first time that I understood colors meant words.
Yeah, like I used to write. I'll still do it occasionally, but now I don't need the book. But I used to have a Pantone book, and when I would write,
Yeah.
we'd start a session. It would be, we'd flip to a random fucking page and be like, "You like this color?" and kind of go through it. There are people who say that they like see colors. I'm not claiming to be one of those people, but I like to write to the mood of a color and like let it dictate sometimes where the song will take the vibe.
Nah, you
crazy.
were kind of like the first person that I worked with that kind of showed me to like, live in the experience. Sometimes as artists we get caught up in like, oh, we got to make something for radio, or we got to make something for this, or we need the hit, or we need that. You was kind of the first person that walked in the studio and was like, dude, fuck all that radio shit. Fuck all of this. Like, we gonna make music. Like, pick a color and we gonna make music based off what this color represents to us. So I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I think it's and we'll kind of dive into because I want to dive into like your writing process too a little bit. But that's like, I'm a firm believer in the formula, the pop formula.
Yeah.
But when you're trying to make a radio hit,
Yeah.
you never make a radio
You
hit.
never do it.
You just got to make a great song, follow, depending on what kind of record you're making, obviously. But I try to follow that formula, but in a way that's not like, I'm trying to make a fucking radio smash.
Yep.
I'm just trying to make a great record.
Try to make a great
Because you don't
song.
get to decide what's a hit.
But that goes into your love of the art.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't love the art, they love the money.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They love what comes with it. They love the women. They love the dinners. They love the appreciation. They love the validation. You somebody that I can honestly say from the minute I met you, bro, you were 100% about the art. And I hate using that word art because sometimes it sounds like so cliche of like, I'm about the art, like I'm about this.
Yeah.
But it was like, you're one person I can honestly say was 1,000% about that. And I appreciate you for that, man.
Well, that's great. Dude, it's been so tight to see just your like meteoric rise. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously, like, when we first met, you were with Columbia.
Yeah.
It didn't work out.
Yeah.
As it just happens
I wouldn't
with
say
most.
it didn't work out. I think it was a part of the story.
Totally. Yeah.
I think it was a part of the story. I think with any artist, man, and it's for anybody that's watching this, any up-and-coming artist, like, you never got this shit figured out from the beginning. You just solely believe. You believe that you can make it possible. So you believe so much that you put yourself in situations you don't belong in. And that's what happened to me a lot of times. Like, when we met, bro, I wasn't supposed to be in the studio with you. Like, you were working with, like, big name. I don't want to say no name, but you was working on big shit. And it was like, for me, I was figuring it out. But for me to be able to have those few hours with you, it taught me a lot within that moment of just understanding the art and understanding how to live in the moment and feel free. So, it's good to just fuck me, bro, pause, of how you just said that, fuck me. But it's good to see where you've taken this thing. Like I told you before we started filming, I get so many DMs, bro. I probably get about 3 to 4 DMs weekly of your show.
Wow.
Of people talking about things that you speak on, from the A&R position to why rap is down 40%, to why the music industry is fucked up, A&Rs aren't working, there's no more artist development, the difference between an audience, a fan base, and community. These are things that you are like initiating into the culture that like people was afraid to talk about, bro. And I appreciate you for that.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate those words, man. And well, that's why I wanted to have you on, because obviously, like, yeah, not just because like you're a rising rap star.
For sure.
It's like, let's get Symba on.
For sure.
But because of all the artists I've met, like the people that I want to have on this show are not just like influencers and da-da-da-da-da. I want to have people who I've like connected with and I know get it.
Yep.
And you know, you're not somebody who like, oh, I had a viral thing and then I popped off and then I got signed because I had you've been grinding and putting in, like, we come from the same era.
Grind. Yep.
Yeah, the same cloth of like, you got to work and there's no substitute for it. And so, yeah, like, all right, I kind of want to go through like, all right, Columbia, it's over.
For sure.
And it was a part of the journey and it made it
shout out to Chelsea.
We love Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Hey, Chelsea.
Shout out to Chelsea Blythe. I am nothing without Chelsea Blythe. Chelsea is the first person to let me know this was possible. We used to go across the street to that Pink Taco.
Oh, yeah.
That's right across the street before I was even living here. And she would tell me, like, Sim, you could do this. You could do this. And it's to this day that I'm really starting to understand a lot of what she was trying to tell me back in 2014, like 2013. That I didn't get, you know? So shout out to Chelsea, because without Chelsea, I don't even think we meet.
Yeah, we would. I mean, maybe like, you know, down the line.
Yeah.
Maybe at the Grammys
or
something like that.
I don't think we have the relationship
no,
we
we
have.
Definitely wouldn't.
You know what I mean?
Because it's hard to make that when you're both popping. It's just tough. You know, you meet a lot of people, you have good connections and like, oh, this is a dope session.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of that.
And you understood the industry at a time when I was walking into it. So I was like, I didn't know what was going on when we first met. Like, they was like, oh, you need to work with this guy, he's dope, or he wrote this hit for this person, or he wrote this, or he did that. And I'm like, okay, you know, cool, but I didn't understand like what that meant. You know, I just always thought I hear a beat and I write to it. I didn't understand that there's somebody that actually knows how to make this work for the overall audience that's trying to listen to it.
Yeah.
And you were kind of like the first session to where I understood that. So I will forever, if you hit me and say, bro, I need you to pull up here, or bro, I need you to do this, or I need you to do that, I will forever do that for you because you did it for me.
Damn, what a king.
1000%.
Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. What a real one. Huh? So all right, so yeah, you're popping. I mean, shit's moving.
We getting there,
which is great. Yeah, but that's it. Like, it's not. People think, damn, you came out of nowhere. Like, nah, it's a series of wins and steps, and like you just noticed it now.
Yeah.
But it's been happening. So what do you think? Like, I always like to ask artists, you know, because I've worked with artists at every stage of where they're at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so for you, like, what do you think is working for you? And like, yeah, I guess that's.
I think one thing, man, that sometimes we forget as artists, or like where we are at the moment.
Yeah.
I think for me, I'm very aware of where I'm always at the moment. So 3.5 years ago, when I did that LA Leakers freestyle, I understood where I was at. I was like, damn, nobody knows me. Nobody cares. And then I did that freestyle, and then LeBron reposts it, and then my project comes out a week later, and everybody's like, oh, I'm a Symba fan. But at the same time, I'm walking up to people at that time that's like, oh, I rock with you. And I'm like, what song you rock with? And they can't tell me. Yeah. Or I'm like, rap a verse, and they can't tell me. You know what I mean? But the fact that they knew my name was enough for me to keep going. So for me, it was never about like trying to be the biggest in the world. It was just always about, I just want people to know I'm good. I'm good enough to compete. Like, I didn't care about selling out arenas or trying to like go on tour. I just wanted people to know I rap so good, I can compete with anybody that you like to listen to.
we need it. But another, like, we come from the same cut from the same cloth, same shit. I was a battle rapper and a rapper. That's how I got into music. And what's missing today in rap, and why, one of the things I wanted to talk about, like, is hip hop dead? And I think one of the things missing from rap right now is is competing, and like, I can fucking out rap you. Yeah, I got bars, like, and it's just not there. Like, the XXL freestyles have been fucking dog shit. Trash.
I'll say it as a rapper.
Oh my god.
They're trash.
They're like, are y'all even trying?
And it's not the rapper's fault.
No.
It's the people that's curating this thing. You got to understand there's a difference between people that can make songs and people that can rap.
Bro, oh my god.
I'm somebody that can rap, that learned how to make songs. A lot of these people who gotten instant fame know how to make songs, and they're learning how to rap.
Or they don't even know how to make songs.
Or they don't even know.
Just accidentally, oh, fuck, a hit,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, when I see these things, I don't really put the fault on the artist. I put it on the person that curated it, because it's like, you're supposed to know this was a melody artist, or this was somebody that's melody driven. They're not substance driven. And what we look at for these ciphers or whatever it may, we look for substance.
Yeah.
We look for people to represent what hip hop embodies. And when we don't feel that, we feel like they did us a disservice.
Because they are. And I think one of the biggest things missing from rap is what you said, it's the curation.
Yeah.
Like, they don't have, I grew up in the blog era. And when I was like bubbling and I had a moment where, damn, maybe I'm going to be a rapper when I get older.
Yeah.
It was through the blogs. It was Two Dope Boys and The Source and Complex before they became fucking goofballs and all. It's just like through like Spotify and algorithms and obviously like TikTok, you don't have any curation, because it's being curated by tech and algorithms, and being curated additionally by just goofballs who don't know shit about actual music, and they got hired to work at a job, and it's not always their fault, but you're not qualified.
You're not qualified.
You're not qualified.
It's the discovery process has been completely obliterated. Like, it's to the point to where it's like the fan doesn't even know how to discover things anymore. As a hip hop fan, as a kid, I used to cut school, get in my mom's car, fuck a girl for gas money, use that gas money to drive to Sam Goody or Target or Walmart to buy a CD, to walk in there, buy that CD, read the credits, sit in my car, and go through every song from who produced it, who wrote it, who curated it, like who structured it. I used to go through. These were our experiences with the music.
Yeah.
So we would drive to go get these albums, read who did all of this shit, and be a part of that experience. Today, an artist just posts something on Instagram, you click it, and it takes you right to the song. There's no experience there. There's no care.
And you know what else, too? There's no discovery, because the consumer is just such a lazy, entitled fuck now.
You can't blame them.
And you can't blame them. And you're right. It's like, bro, I used to go on Dat Piff, and I would go through Biggie Jiggy, and I would, every day that a new one came out, and I'd listen to, like all fucking 40 songs. I'd be like, oh, this is tight. Yeah. Download it on LimeWire. Yeah. Oh, this is sick. Let me go find. And you don't have that discovery anymore, because it's just given to you.
Yeah.
And it's incrementally gonna just keep getting more and more and more like that.
Yep.
And I think what's refreshing and good to see is like I think we're, music, everything's cyclical, and music's cyclical. And we are starting to see, it's not really felt yet, but the people who are hip, like me, are starting to see the shift in the cheap, fast fashion music.
Yep.
Is people are kind of like, all right, and you're seeing substance start to finally rise. And this happens all the time. Like, it happened when we had, like, when Kendrick really started moving, and Cole in rap. It's all cyclical. You have like Laffy Taffy and all those fucking songs that had like their 3 years of like Soulja Boy, but those songs did shape the culture.
1000%.
And they were important, and they're the reason that a lot of artists have a career today and make hits today.
Even with that though, I think when we speak on, let's say, the quote unquote big three, right? Drake, Kendrick, Cole. when we speak on them, they come from a different era. They come from an era of when we were still purchasing CDs, right? So I grew up with Drake. I grew up with Cole. I grew up with Kendrick. For somebody as, let's say, a Symba, a JID, a Marcus Clay, or whatever it may be, we're growing up in a different time. The experience is limited because there's so much going on. So I was just in an argument with somebody, and I'm going to just say it because it's your show, and you my dog, and I'm going to say it, and I would never say this on anybody else's show, but I'm going to say it on your show.
There we go.
I was just in a debate about Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. And certain people were saying, oh, Cardi's better than Nicki, or certain people were saying Nicki's better than Cardi. And I was like, man, I think the conversation that we're not paying attention to is the difference in eras, right? So Nicki came up in an era to where it was solely about artistry, like to where like you had to have an identity of who you were to be able to market yourself. Now Nicki is competing with content creators. Nicki's not competing with the female rapper of 2012 that knew how to rap to where she knew she could just smoke them out the way. Now she's competing with the girl that doesn't have to rap but makes great content and just knows how to rap, right? And not saying that that's Cardi, because Cardi is somebody that knows how to fucking rap. Right. I know a lot of people that's around Cardi, and Cardi really put that pen to that paper and she put in work. I'm speaking of other women of today, right? Yeah. That's the social media phenomenon that just came around and you had a viral moment, or you had a sex tape, or you had something that went up to bring attention to you for you to be able to create an audience, versus you solely having to do this through your talent.
And you're Nicki and you're like fucking hanging out and rapping with Gucci Mane and like grinding up in it. Like, yeah, it's a whole different.
It's a whole different thing.
It's like the LeBron Jordan argument.
Facts.
Like, it's a different way to play the game. And even LeBron's experiencing it now. He's getting older.
Facts.
And he's got to adjust his game.
Facts.
And you're seeing it. It's
Facts.
starting to kind of like, he's kind of getting a little...
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like you're looking at the community of LeBron.
Right.
Right? So as LeBron may be getting to us to where it's like, oh, he's not, pause, cocking the ball back as he once was, right?
I don't know if you had the pause. Well, cocking the ball, but all right, yeah,
that's a big pause.
I'll allow it.
That's a big pause.
Okay.
He's not coming from the free throw line like this anymore.
Yeah.
Now it's more so like he's still dunking, but here comes Bronny.
Yeah.
Here comes Bryce. You know what I mean? Here comes all these things.
Oh, Sir Thompson, Detroit Pistons, right?
You know what I mean? Like Rich Paul got a book.
Yeah.
Right? Here comes the new Maverick Carter movie. Like, it's all these things that LeBron is a part of that we weren't able to see. We seen Mike do Space Jam, but if I was to ask you who are Michael Jordan's friends,
I couldn't tell you.
But we all know Randy.
Yeah.
We all know Rich. We all know Maverick. We all know Bryce.
Oh, dude, I love that you're a sports guy, bro. I need more sports guys on, and perfect segue, because again, here on the Good Luck Podcast, we don't just accidentally have perfect segues. They're calculated, right? Because I'm a professional.
Okay.
Not to just totally jump into another thing. We're gonna come back.
Let's get it.
But dude, the NFL freestyles are sick. You know, I'm a big Lions fan. We have a segment on the show where we go, did the Detroit Lions win this week? And the answer is yes.
Yeah.
And they're playing tomorrow against
Baltimore. You guys are definitely looking like the best team in football right now.
Yeah, we are. And you know what? We had a conversation, me and my friend over here behind the glass, who I need you to look at me. I don't know if you can hear me. I was telling him how the Lions are the best team in football right now. He didn't want to hear it because he's a Patriots fan and he's reeling.
Oh, he's doing terrible.
Yeah, he's doing bad. But I really...
Bill Belichick has been exposed.
Yeah.
You're not shit without Tom Brady, Bill. And it's showing. We seen Brady go win with Tampa Bay. What the fuck have you done since Brady left,
Bill? He does have
Bill?
Mac Jones. But anyway, I've been loving the NFL freestyles that you're doing.
Thank you,
and
brother.
I love that you did the collab with Geach.
Yes.
The Detroiter.
Yes.
So did you play? Because I know you just went to New York to hoop.
Yeah.
Did you hoop? Were you an athlete?
Yeah, I played ball in high school, man. I actually thought I was going to make it to the NBA. Unfortunately, I was too wrapped up in women, and I was too wrapped up in bullshit that confused my process of becoming great. So I switched paths and became a rapper.
What did you play?
I played basketball.
No, I know, but what were you?
I was a two guard.
Two?
I was a two guard, but sometimes I would play the three because I could jump and I would get in the paint and, box some of them guys out that was down there. So basketball was my first love, but it was one of those things to where I feel I never had, how could I say this? I never had the support to make me believe it was possible.
Yeah.
As within rap, I had like kind of friends around me and certain like people that wanted to be my managers and people that can kind of see where I was going to go to be able to tell me like, nah, bro, if you stay right here, you're going to do some great things. With basketball, I didn't really have that. So I didn't know how good I was or how good I could possibly be. So it only went so far before I was like, you know what, I'm done and I'm going to just do music. But it's always my first love. So it's like when I'm out there on those celebrity games, like those are moments for me to kind of like live my dream.
Glory. Yeah, you're
it's a real moment.
Damn. I need to get popping enough where I can start doing celeb games because I used to play for.
You've been popping.
I used to play for the #1 AAU team in the country. Did you know that?
Really?
I played for Power Stroke.
Oh,
I don't know if you're familiar with Power Stroke.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Now, when I say play, I didn't play.
I know what you mean. You were on the team.
They would be up by 45, and I would not be getting in. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I played with like Allen Robinson, who's like in the NFL.
The big dogs.
I played with like just like Lee Bailey, Chris Fowler, and like all these motherfuckers who all went. What's his fucking name? Anyway, enough name dropping.
You played with all the big dogs.
Yeah, but it was funny. It was me and my boy Tim. We were the only white guys on the team, and we were just bullied in practice.
Well, see,
just absolutely.
As white guys, was it a predominantly black team?
Yeah.
As white guys on a predominantly black team, you're going to go through that. Because this is the one thing when we get on this court that we take, like, you're not taking this from us.
You can't have it.
You can't have this. You can have our money.
Get the fuck out of here.
You can have our rent money. You can have soccer, baseball,
and also,
all this
we
shit.
were just so me specifically. I just had no business being. I don't know how the fuck I made that team.
No,
I must have had the greatest workout ever. Dude.
That's not true that you didn't have no business being on the team.
Right.
You had business being on the team. It's just some of those kids probably took it personal that you were on the team and they wanted to make sure that you don't get their spot.
Absolutely. But it was great. It was great for me because it really, and I think this is important. Like, I think athletes or people who grew up athletes, I conversely played. I was on like in high school. I played for Harrison, the high school I went to, and we're like a top 20 program in the country.
Got you.
14 state titles, and you work so hard. And in basketball too, like in any sport I played a lot of sports, and it really taught me like that work ethic and that hunger. And I was never good enough or big enough. I'm like a 5'9" white guy.
I tell people all the time, G. People who don't understand music never played team sports. If you don't understand songwriting or the collaborative experience, you never play team sports. Because as a team player, if Gino walks in here with the hook, who am I to say that's not it?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Who am I to not, if you pass me the ball, who am I to not shoot it?
Yeah, it's about winning the game.
It's about winning the game.
And so it doesn't fucking matter who does what or who throws it and who catches it. It's just like, and man, that's a great, I could fucking talk about that forever.
Nah, I say it all the time, bro. That's why I think, and let's just talk about it. That's why I think rap is so trash today.
Oh my God.
I think there's no collaborative experience. I think people are going viral from their bedroom or their closet or whatever it may be, and they're thinking the shit is a lot better than it actually is. But once it makes it to the average consumer, it's like, this shit is trash.
There's just no like substance there. I mean, dog, you look back at like those clips from like Timbaland and like Jay-Z and like crafting these records. Scott Storch just like
they cared.
Yeah, and it's like you put the time in, and I think it's probably a side effect of just virality in the
Yep.
social media age, where like, yeah, you can just go viral,
Yep.
and that's dope. That anybody from anywhere in the world at any moment can pop off, and if
Facts.
they can figure out how to do it, they can stay. But the problem is, what we miss is that substance of, yeah, like, dude, like, and the studio ethic.
Yep.
And like the professionalism and giving a fuck about the mix and like,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I sometimes like, I be feeling like a fucking dinosaur sometimes when I'm trying to explain to these new rappers. I'm in a session and they're like, no, that's good. I'm like, no, it's not. I need like 10 more takes.
They're playing a different game,
Yeah.
bro. They're playing a different game. They're playing a quantity game.
Yeah.
We're playing a quality game. We want to be the guys to where when my son and his friends grow up, I want my son to be able to say, or I want my son and his friends to be able to go to their prom and dance to a song that I made, right? I don't want my son to grow up to a song that was hot for 2 months and nobody cared. We just have a different level of concern when it comes to the care of the music. I think today music has become so accessible, everybody looks at it like a hustle. When we were looking at it like a craft. So we looked at it like, I'm getting out of school today, I'm gonna do my homework, and I'm gonna spend the rest of my night writing raps. I'm gonna spend the rest of my night listening to beats, listening to drums, listening to hi-hats, listening to snares and sonics that could help me understand what my voice fits best on. Today, it's just like, how could I make the money the fastest?
Yeah. Oh man.
And I think that's...
People's priorities, yeah, they're just fucked.
It's the access. The access is crazy. And that's why I say we're not just competing against musicians or artists. We're competing against content creators. We're competing against the guy that'll cut his balls off and jump off volcano.
What's
right?
up, YouTube? Today we're gonna, today
You know
I'm
what
gonna
I'm saying?
smack this hostess in the mouth.
We dealing with all of that.
Yeah,
We're
dude.
dealing with that, which is okay.
Yeah.
I think the thing is we have to understand what that is and be able to learn it, to adapt to it, and understand everything ain't for us. Like, I understand as much as I want to rap on certain beats, let's say that like a South Side produced or, you know what I mean, certain things that turn up the club, that may not be what my audience wants from me. That may not be what they want to hear from me. They have a Future for that. They have a Little Baby for that. They come to me to hear substance.
Yeah.
So if I go to IHOP, the International House of Pancakes, and one day it turns into IHOBA, the International House of Burgers.
Yeah, they tried that, didn't they?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, IHOB.
What the fuck do I want to go to IHOP for? I didn't come here to get burgers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to a burger joint.
I go to McDonald's. I
want some fucking shitty cheap pancakes. When I go to IHOP.
That's what I came
I
here
want
for.
like 30 pancakes for $7 that are like okay.
That's it. So
I'm
if people
hungover.
love
Yeah.
Symba for giving us substance, who is Symba to give us trap music?
Yeah.
Or to give us something that's not substance. So I understand my role in this thing is substance.
So okay, yeah. And you touched on like the quantity versus quality, but you also touched on having to adapt.
Yeah.
So like, you know, what do you think? You've had things move on social media, and you've put out content pretty consistently.
Yeah.
So like to artists who are struggling, because that's another thing too. A lot of artists be making fucking excuses like,
1000%.
I can't just get with this TikTok thing, and my art's great, but like, it's like that's bullshit. You need to also be a marketer.
Newsflash, I still haven't figured out TikTok.
Nobody has.
Newsflash.
Nobody has. Dude, nobody can figure out TikTok because it's constantly changing. but you market yourself and you put out content. And I asked Bryce Vine when he was on, I asked Guap Dad, like, you guys all do something that's most people can't do, which is like just put out content that you fuck with and it feels organic because it's you.
Yeah.
And you can tell that you like doing it. So like what's the...
I think the thing is, bro, for me, I think, and I'm only speaking from my experience. I can't speak for the person that's watching this, that's looking to get some type of information that's going to change their life, because I could say something right now that they can apply. It may work, it may not. For me, what I could say is I was never in music. I was never, how could I say this? I was never the most gifted or the most talented. I think what my talent is the ability to figure it out. I've never been the guy that's like the greatest songwriter, or I landed the most number ones, or had the most placements, or I was just blessed enough to be in the room with the person who wrote the number one. Or I was blessed to be around someone like a Gino, right, who was a part of a Post Malone record, right, or different things.
But that's part of it, though.
But for me, personally, that's why I said for me, seeing that and being around it let me know if I could be around this and in like the midst of the ascension of the creation, hey, maybe I can do this, right? Maybe if I do get with the right producer and the right choreographer or the right video director, I can package the right thing to be able to make the world look at me as a thing. I never gave up on that. Most people will get the right video and have a terrible song. Most people get the song, have a terrible video. Most people get both and don't have no marketing. Most people will get the marketing and don't have the money to put into promotion or put in the radio. I was somebody that understood all these things have to go hand in hand together. So when people call me an industry plant, right, I laugh because it's like, it's so funny because people don't understand half of what I've been through just to get here, and I'm nowhere near where I'm gonna go, right? So it's so many things I've had to learn, from song structure to learning how to write a hook. Let's just take music out of the equation. Learning how to be in a room. Learning when to speak, when not to speak. A lot of artists thought I was the guy that sold weed for 2 years of my career. They never knew I did music, because every time I came to the studio, I had weed and they wanted to smoke my weed. And I never told them I did music. You know why? Because I felt like that would kick me out of the room. So I consistently was the weed guy until 2 years go by and they asked me, hey, bro, what do you do? I'm a rapper. Oh, like, shit.
What?
You rap? Rap something. And then I rap. And people was like, shit.
Wait a minute.
Right? We didn't expect that.
Yeah.
But if I'm coming around for 2 years telling you I rap, when I finally get the chance to rap, how good is the rap? But if I never say nothing, and there's no expectations of me being a rapper or me being a musician, and you're solely looking for me to be here to deliver the weed, and one day I just happen to rap, sounds a lot better than you actually knowing I've rapped for 2 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I always understood my position in the room, whether I was the weed guy or whether I was the guy that helped with a lyric or helped come up with a concept. I always understood why I was in the room, because I had a bigger goal of why I should be in the room.
That's a bar. You should be a rapper. That's a bar. That's a bar. Dude, it's like, even today, I'll be in a room sometimes and there is such a etiquette to it.
Yep.
And whenever I get in with, and I don't want to like sound like I'm dunking on people, but whenever I get in with like someone who had a viral thing or whatever, who hasn't been in studios and doesn't know how to operate, it's just like, you can tell, I'll be in like with the new rapper and they'll be like, yo, like, let me play you some of my stuff. And they'll try to play me like 25 songs first. I'm like, hey, stop.
Yep. Rather than just playing you the best
give me
3.
Like, give me like the hook and the verse of 2.
Yep.
Yeah, like I don't want to hear your whole discography.
It's an etiquette to being in the room.
And there's a million examples like that, but the industry plant thing's fucking hilarious. First of all, you come in here telling stories from like 2013. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like, dude.
But nobody knows that.
I know, and it's, again, like I was saying it earlier, like, oh, this guy came out of nowhere. Like, no, motherfucker, you just peeped.
Yeah.
I'll have people all the time, like, they'll say stuff like, or like, you fell off. You know, like you'll have a video that's not popping. And it's like, you fell off.
Yep.
It's like, no.
No.
You never fell on.
Yep. You
know what
never
I mean?
fell on. You never understood what was going on.
Yeah.
It's shit that I've learned from 2012 that I apply today, right? And it has nothing to do with music. It has everything to do with what you just said.
Yeah.
Instead of me playing the full song, let me play a verse and hook to see if this person even likes it. Then I started learning a year after that, let me leave the second verse open.
Oh,
So
yeah,
just in
maybe you
case
wanna
I'm
jump
in
on it. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yo, you know you should throw on this? Let me hit up. Yeah. But it's you know, because here's the thing too. It's like it's never this.
Yep.
It's never up and to the right.
It's this.
Yeah, and people will say one of two things. The online internet troll, it's either like, yeah, you fell off, or it's like, who are you?
Yep.
Who is this? And it's like, first of all, like acting like you never heard of me is not a flex, because hey, you're here now, and that's how it works. You've never heard of somebody until you have, and then you've heard of them.
So I'll give you a great example. I recently said something about Eminem.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh boy. Oh God. Oh, I could have told you how that was gonna go.
And this is the first time I've addressed this.
Can I guess?
Go ahead.
Can I just guess a bunch of adrenaline charged white Eminem fans were just
I was not prepared. I will say that. I was not prepared. Now here's what I've learned about clip culture.
Yeah.
Right? 5 minutes prior to what they cut, I'm literally like giving Eminem the biggest praise in the world. I'm like, yo, I respect Eminem on another level.
Yeah.
Like Eminem is the one person who didn't take brand deals because he felt like he was exploiting hip hop. Do you know how much integrity that takes?
The awareness.
Do you know the millions of dollars he missed out on?
I would have taken those
to
bags.
protect this culture.
I would have taken those bags.
So the respect I have for him as a man is on another level. The question was asked to me, who is my favorite top 10 rappers? I list my favorite top 10, and someone asks me, why isn't Eminem in there? Right? So as I'm trying to explain it, Tierra Whack, shout out to Tierra Whack.
She's fire, yep.
She asks me, do I think I'm better than Eminem? As an MC, personally, I think there's about 5 people that's better than me. Personally, to me, and I can be wrong. My opinion is not a fact.
Kendrick, Gino the Ghost.
J. Cole.
Yeah, just show you. Go ahead.
Right?
Yeah.
My opinion is not a fact. This is my opinion.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I rap better than a lot of people that they were naming that wasn't in my top 10. So when they had brought that up, they literally take that one clip of where I say something and they cut it up.
And what'd you say?
She asked me if I was better than Eminem.
And you said?
I said yes, right?
Yes what?
Yes, I'm a better rapper.
Than who?
Eminem.
Look into the camera?
Yes,
just so
I'm a better rapper than Eminem.
Good, just so I can
my
clip
opinion.
Just so I can clip it and go. No,
in my opinion, right?
Can you imagine?
In my opinion.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I've done half the work Eminem has done. That doesn't mean I've sold the records Eminem has sold. That doesn't mean I'm nowhere near Eminem's level.
But that's rap. And that's what people don't get. Like, you should think I'm better than all these motherfuckers.
That's how we feel
anybody. Yeah.
going into the studio. If you put a beat on, and if you put Eminem over there, and you put me over here, in my mind, I'm going to go crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm going to write the craziest shit. I'm not going to be intimidated that someone who sold the most records in hip hop and the most tour, I'm not going to be intimidated that he's to the left of me. I'm going to rap. But that doesn't mean that I don't respect him as an MC and respect everything he's laid for me to do what I'm doing. They cut the clip up, and people literally was like, who do you think you are? Fuck you.
Who the fuck is this
We're gonna kill you. Woo. And I was like, oh shit. Like, this is what having a fan base looks like. Like, this is what having a community looks like. And it was the first time I was on the side of the internet that wasn't the popular opinion. And I loved it because what I told my management, they was like, yo, this shit's looking crazy. Ooh, like it's going. I said, no, this is beautiful. They said, what do you mean? I said, now I have a whole community of people to prove I can rap. I don't care if they think I'm not better than him. I'm going to prove to them for the rest of their life I can rap.
And they're going to be listening.
And they'll listen. They'll listen because they'll forever say, is this better than Eminem? Let me hear what this shit is.
Yeah,
is this good? Let me hear what it is. But you know what I'm going to keep doing? Giving it to them. So by the first song, they'll say, this is trash. And the second song, they'll say, it's all right. And the third song, they'll say, it's cool, but it ain't better than Eminem. And the fourth song, they'll say, man, I ain't gonna lie, Symba been going. And the fifth song, they'll say, man, Symba been kicking that shit. He keep this shit up. He might be better than Eminem, right? So it's all about proving the consumer wrong, right? I never said it was a fact that I was better than Eminem.
Yeah. But
in my opinion
clip you.
of what I believe me to be.
But that's what, just to bring it all home full circle, that's what we're missing. Is the competitive,
I agree.
Is the fucking competition in rap. And
that was the reason I said it.
Yeah.
That was the reason I said it, because it was like, if I gotta be the guy that puts competition back at the forefront and fall on the sword of it, fuck it, because it's what's needed. Everybody's too fucking friendly today. Everybody want to take pictures with each other, and then they want to go fuck each other's girlfriend and lie to her about what this dude did. And now you coming home wondering how the fuck she know I was doing all this shit when your nigga was telling her the whole motherfucking time because he in competition with you. I'm just somebody that's not in competition.
Right.
I solely am only competing about this sport and this tactic and this skill set. I don't care who's fucking who or who dressed the best or who got the best shoes. I came here to fucking rap. Who wants to rap? Who's here to rap?
Next time on Good Luck, we'll be having a rap battle between... dude, this has been great. We should do this more often.
Let's do it, man.
Yeah, I want to thank Symba for coming on. Do you want to like plug your stuff into the... Tell the people where to find all your stuff.
You can find me on all platforms at The Real Symba. That's TheRealSymba. I will say, I am going to drop Album of the Year next year. The music I am working on right now is phenomenal. This is the first stage in my career as a rapper where I've understood songwriting. I'm understanding it at a point to where I'm applying the bars, and I know when not to apply the bars. I know when hooks is needed. I know when hooks are not needed. And I know what my fan base want from me. And all I'm asking for my audience, my community, is to grow with me. I'm not perfect. I'm not going to give you a hit record every time. I'm not going to give you the most perfect record every time. But what I will do is fucking try. And I will apply quality. I will put the things that Bun B taught me, Jay-Z taught me, Joe Budden taught me, Drake taught me, Kendrick Lamar taught me, J. Cole taught me. All the things I've learned from my peers, I'm in an ascension of what they represent. So allow me the time to develop. I'm not going to be perfect. I'm not going to be Eminem from the jump, right? But I will learn how to get there.
Yeah.
So stay with me. And bear with me and allow me the time to develop, because what we're missing in music today and what labels need to understand is artist development. Y'all need to get rid of at least 3 departments. And y'all need to allocate those budgets from those 3 departments to artist development. Because until these artists are being developed, we're going to continue to go through the same thing. And I'm somebody that's here, that's willing to develop myself and take the time to learn how to be great.
Bingo. Well, thank you again, brother.
Thank you, brother.
And I'll have all the links in the bio. Guys, I want to thank you for listening to Good Luck this week.
And I was a little late, so we're going to do this again. I was a little under the weather. So we're going to do this again. We're going to make sure we do this the right way.
No, dude, this is great, man.
For sure.
If you're on Spotify or YouTube or Apple Podcast, like, subscribe, comment, all that good shit. And until next time, good night. And good luck.
Good night and good luck. You smile and say goodbye to me, but I don't give a fuck. You hop in the Uber, off to your future. Good night and good luck. You try to play your cards with me, but I'm calling your bluff. 'Cause it wasn't enough. Nothing good luck.